You've probably heard 100 times that you need to create an email list. At this point, you may have been procrastinating doing it, or you may have started and then it just didn't go anywhere. Well, why do you even need to do that if you're building an online business? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why, as well as 4 tips that you can use to build your email list from scratch. Now, if you want the show notes, then you can simply drop notes in the comments and I will send them your way. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Joyce Lehman, and I show coaches how to attract and connect with their ideal clients online using simple social systems so they can generate more leads and make a bigger impact without getting overwhelmed in the process. So, emails. You know you've got to be writing them, but if you're like me, I procrastinated doing it. First off, I didn't know what to write. And secondly, I only had a few people that were following me, so why did it even matter? Email is your #1 business asset. You can post on social all day long, but guess what? You don't own your social media profiles. If anything happens on that platform, if you accidentally get locked out, God forbid you get blocked or somebody hacked your account, you have just lost access to everyone who follows you, every conversation that you've had in the DMs. So having an email list is your #1 business asset that you actually own. So that way, say for example, you're on Instagram and you want to start a following on TikTok, you're going to be able to help those folks who follow you to be able to shift more easily to build that following. Or maybe you haven't done anything on YouTube and you're like, I've got all these TikTok followers and I want to shift them to YouTube, vice versa. Could be you want to promote an upcoming workshop, an offer that you've got. Your #1 business asset, your email list, is the easiest way to do that. Now, reason number 2 why you want to have an email list, it's about connection. When someone is willing to give you their email, this means they're more in line with being one of your perfect fit clients because you've given them something of value that they want more from you. They want to hear from you more often. So it is that deeper connection, and it gives you a chance to build the relationship, not get salesy weirdo and promote all the time, but to build a relationship. And number 3, it is about conversion. So your conversion rates for email are generally higher than on social media. This is proven time and time again. If you look up any stats in the industry, the reason why your message lands straight in somebody's inbox. When you're on social media, when you're talking relevancy and recency, if you're posting it on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on TikTok, the recency type platforms, your content has a shelf life of maybe 24 to 48 hours. So whatever somebody is scrolling in their feed, that's what's going to pop up. Now, I'm not going to dive into recency and relevancy platforms. I've done that before, but the main thing is you've got a higher conversion rate because when you're landing in somebody's inbox versus they happen to catch you on social, then you've got their attention longer. So here's some interesting statistics. So 92% of online or adults online use email. 99% of email users check their email every day, sometimes as much as 20 times a day. I think that's a little overboard, but some people check their email a lot. And 58% of users check their email before they go on social media or the news. So when it comes to point number 3, why you want to build an email list, conversion is so important. You're going to get the best ROI for your marketing time spent, and time is money. So with the why out of the way, let's dive into how do you build an email list from scratch. Very first thing, and of course I have my cat who's just popped in because I'm live. So the very first thing that you want to do is you got to know who you want on your list. You can't market to everybody. If you don't know who your perfect fit client is, you can't create offers. You shouldn't be creating social media content You've got to know who your perfect fit client is, because everything you do, all the emails you send out, everything is going to be crafted around who this person is, the problems that they want to solve. So that is tip number one. All right. Number two is, this is where you want to create something valuable that you can give away for free. Now, an easy thing to do, it does take a little time, but an easy thing to do is some sort of freebie. One of the biggest mistakes that I see it happen a lot, especially on Instagram. It's like, click the link in my bio to schedule a complimentary call. The odds that somebody is going to say yes to jumping on a call to you when they really don't know you is slim to none, especially if you are not a huge influencer in the industry, if you don't have that reputation, if you're just starting out, or even if you've got a great following on Instagram. Most people want to kind of try it before they buy it. They want to get a taste of your expertise more than social media. So that's where having that freebie is going to go much farther than getting somebody to jump on a call with you right away. Also, you've probably been on the receiving end. Nobody wants to be sold to, and somebody knows if they jump on a call, there's that chance that you may try to sell them something. So that's why a freebie is the easiest way to do this. Now, it can be a mini course, it can be an ebook, it could be a special podcast series that you could record. Even if you don't have a full-on podcast, it could be like a mini audio training. If you think checklists, templates, there are so many things that you can create as a freebie. And when you create this, then you want to think about, you've got your perfect fit client, who is that person and what is that first problem that they want to solve? This is where it's going to get a little confusing, is a lot of times what they think they want and what they need are really two different things. As an example, I know the number one step with clients when I work with them is, we got to get your brand. We've got to get your message intact. We need to make sure your online presence is set up, because they're already out marketing. But what they want is leads. They want leads and they want to get sales. So that's why my lead magnet, what I have created, actually I've created about 20 different ones, but for the sake of this example, here's the ultimate lead magnet formula. And so what this does is it gives them 30 examples of lead magnets, plus the process to walk through who is your ideal client, starting to get that language. It gives them all the examples of titles that they can use, plus Canva templates, because they want to get more leads. So if I said, let's build your brand, may not be as juicy as I want to get clients, and a lead magnet can help you do that. So when you're thinking about what your lead magnet is, and by the way, if you want, and I'm watching this because I'm using a filter. I tried this to blur out the background. There you go. Then if you want the ultimate lead magnet formula, then either drop the word yes in the comments or look for it in the comment below, and there'll be a link where you can access that. All right. So tip number 3, when you're wanting to build your list, this is when you're going to promote. So you know who you want to promote, or you know who you want to promote something to. You've created your lead magnet, and now you've got to promote it. So you can do this several different ways. If you have a website, you're going to want to have some sort of form on your website where you can collect information. You can get somebody's name and email. I highly suggest adding a form to get their Instagram. If you're using Instagram, get their Instagram handle too, because it's a great way to continue those conversations. But you've got to be able to promote it. So your website, don't hide it in some obscure place. Don't make it, it needs to be front and center. You can share it in social media posts. If you go to in-person networking events and you get a chance to create, you've got your 30-second or 60-second commercial, you could work it into your elevator talk, right? Or your elevator pitch if you wanted to do that. You can put it out in social posts if you've even got a personal Facebook page. A great way to do that, and I promote freebies all the time, even though they're business related, I will still make posts on occasion on my personal Facebook page. By the way, if you're in professional mode over there, you're going to get far more reach, but that is a great way to do that. So always offer your freebie up in different places to begin building your list. Don't think It's not like the field of dreams. Just because you build it, they will come. They're not. You've got to know where to promote them. And leveraging social media is a fantastic way to do that, to get more traffic to your lead magnet. And then finally, tip number 4 is you regularly want to engage with your audience. So if you're one of those, you started an email list and it's been months since you've emailed somebody, that is not how you regularly engage. This is about being consistent. I suggest to my clients that at least once a week, even if you're going to do the least amount of work possible, one time a week, you're sending an email to your list. This way they know why they're on there. They are getting value from you. You're not just emailing them when you've got something to promote. All too often, I've been on lists that that's all they're doing is they're trying to sell me something. But even sending an email once a week at the very beginning is a great way to engage with your list. Also, if you try to send too many emails at once, your email service provider may get in the way of that. You could get flagged as spam. So it's all about how do you start somewhere, and you don't have to write books. You don't have to create news, or a book amount of copy, or these, magnificently crafted newsletters with visuals and all that. It can be very simple information, but it's a matter of engaging. So when you're crafting emails, because that's the other question I get is, Joyce, how on earth does this work? Well, when you're crafting emails, think about it like you're having a conversation with somebody. It's just a very simple conversation that you want to keep it conversational in tone, right? So this is where you let your personality shine through. It's about creating that authentic connection. Also, you want to encourage your subscribers to engage with you. So this is where if you ask questions, you give a tip. A lot of times in mine, I say hit reply if you want. And I have other lead magnets, hit reply if you want that extra freebie, hit reply, and let me know how you're going to use this. Kind of like your hook and your call to action in social media posts. You do the same thing in emails. It's really easy. Okay. Now for a quick bonus tip, for those of you who are wondering, how do I even put this together? ConvertKit is my go-to resource for clients, because you have to have some sort of way of capturing somebody's email. You've got to have a way to capture their information. So if you do it via social post, it's still you communicating with them one-on-one. That's fantastic. But if you're going to automate this, so you're beginning to get more perfect fit clients leads on autopilot, then that's where a form is going to come into play. So there are so many different platforms that are available. My top recommendation is ConvertKit. Why? It is low cost, it is easy to use, and it gives you everything you need in one platform. So it gives you a way that you can build a very easy, simple landing page, right? They got to have a place to come to get your lead magnet. It's got your forms, and it's integrated with your email service provider. Now, I have some people say, well, what about ActiveCampaign? And what about HubSpot? And what about MailChimp? All the things. When you're just starting, you need to start somewhere. And this is one of those expenses that I highly suggest that you invest in. So for less than $20 a month, you can get a great platform that is going to help you get started building your number one business asset. And no, they don't sponsor this video. I am just a huge fan of ConvertKit, and you're going to find those links in the video comments below. Okay. So if building an engaged email list, ultimately this is about creating a community of engaged followers that loves what you do. They start to see that you're an expert who can help them because you've been communicating with them, and they are problem aware, right? They know that they have a problem. They signed up for your email list for some reason. So when you do have that opportunity to make a sale, it makes that process so much easier because they said yes, that they wanted to be there. One extra tip, anytime somebody unsubscribes from your list, do a happy dance, because you want to be talking to the people that want to hear from you. So do not take that personally. All right, so thanks for sticking with me through this video. If you found the information helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, you can always share the insights. And remember, if you want I got to do this carefully since it is not focusing, my ultimate lead magnet formula, This will take you through the entire process of defining who you're working with, what you need to be including, and giving you over 30 examples, including Canva templates. Then you can either drop yes to get the formula. There it is. So you can either drop yes to get the formula or just check the pinned comment and you will access it that way. So with that, follow me for more business building tips, and I can't wait to see you.